Hey guys, David here and welcome to the Fit Pro Daily. Today we're going to look at how to increase the quality of lead you're getting from your Facebook adverts. So if you're following this live, as in you did yesterday's training and then you're coming on to today's training, then yesterday we looked at how to set up your first Facebook advert. We did this using Facebook LeadAds, and the reason we did this, it was so simple. We didn't need any additional software or hardware or any additional tools. It was literally Facebook was collecting the leads directly off the platform. You were then getting sent their details from this form here, and then you could chase that lead. And then in this final part here, we were also talking about how to improve the quality of that lead itself. So that's what I want to go into today. But before we do dive into today's training, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, make sure you do subscribe by clicking that big red button below. That way you'll never miss any future videos. Okay, so to get started, we need to head back into Facebook Ads Manager. So on the left-hand side over here, we're going to click See More, and we're going to click Ads. If you are watching this and not really sure what we're going up to, what we're getting up to, make sure you do go back and check out yesterday's video, because in yesterday's video, we set up a Facebook lead ad. And the Facebook lead ad we set up was this one here. You can see we set up on the 21st of December. Today is the 22nd. So we set it up as a Facebook lead ad. So if I just show you that so you can confirm. Set up as a Facebook lead ad. We're running two different copies, or two variations. When we broke it down into the ad set section, we were looking at making sure we were targeting people within 9 kilometers of the gym here in Cardiff. We were targeting people between ages of 30 and 55. We were targeting women only. And then the final bit we considered was where we wanted the adverts to actually be displayed. And we talked about, let's just have them on a manual placement, mobile, Facebook, newsfeed only, nowhere else. That way then you'll optimize your ads just for people who can have most attention looking on their phone to go from there. If we jump into the ad itself, the ad we ran, we had a nice basic copy, which I said if you wanted, you can just screenshot it to grab the text, and this was the text here. The headline was nice and simple, and then we look at the preview. We had one image here, and then we had the other image here. Okay, and then we looked at creating the lead form itself. So if I just tick both of these, just so we can both be on the same form. If I scroll down now, and I press duplicate on this form here, this is going to load up what the form looks like, the one that we created yesterday. So form type, we turned more volume on because we wanted a load of people to submit their details without having to confirm. Today we're going to look at higher intent, and the reason we're going to look at higher intent today is because sometimes we want better quality leads. Sometimes when people are filling in these lead forms, maybe their email address, maybe their phone number is their old details. And then there's no point chasing them, because if you're phoning somebody off their old phone number, then they're never going to answer because they don't have that phone number. So yesterday, we were looking at more volume. We turned the intro off too, because that gave another hurdle for people to jump over. And then when it came to the questions, we just kept it nice and simple by having first name, last name, email, and phone number. So let's dive into this. Let's change a few things. Let's make a better quality lead from the advert. So form type, let's click this. First of all, we're going to go from more volume, which is just to quickly fill in the form to submit, to add a review step. So this is step 1. This is the privacy policy. This is the thank you. When we now tick the higher intent, that jumps up to 4. So they would press, they would fill their details in. It would then ask them to confirm that their details, review your info and the privacy policy at the same time. They would then press confirm, and they move here. And then all we're doing is just reconfirming that these are the correct details, because the last thing we want is them to have an old email address, an old phone number. So when you do try contacting them, we just can't get through because they've got the wrong details. So we're going to click higher intent. If you scroll down then and go to intro, in the intro section here, if we press add greeting, we can add a little bit more to it again. This now is adding another step, a step ahead. So they would come to the welcome stage. So the 6-week over 30s program. Register your interest today for the next course we have running in January 2021. Simply click the next button below to get started. David and the DK19. Okay, so they've seen your advert on Facebook, they've clicked that learn more link, then they land on this page, the 6-week over 30s program. Register your interest today for the next course we have running in January 2021. Simply click the next button below to get started. They press this next button, that will then take them to the contact part. So this then will preload their information. So it's their first name, their last name, their email, and their phone number. Okay, let's move down into the questions section. Now, you can see these are the questions we set up yesterday. And if we add categories here, we can add additional questions that maybe you want to collect. For this example, because we're trying to get people to come in for the 6-week course or your gym, we're probably not going to need any of these additional questions here. Like the contact field is maybe their address. You've got the user information, which is their first and last names. We've got the demography questions, which is like date of birth, gender, marital status, relationships, and so on. Work information and national ID numbers. But we don't really need that type of stuff. We just want to ask some more questions about, are they prepared to get started now? What is it they're looking to achieve, and so on. So we would scroll up here to where it says custom questions. We would press add question. And we're just going to go for the short answer question here. And the question is going to be, please, can you tell us more about your goals for the 6 weeks? Question mark. Done. Let's add another question in. Add question. And this time let's do a multiple choice question. And the questions are going to be, how ready are you to get started? Answer 1, yes, I want to get started right away. And then we'll press add. I would like to speak with you first. Add. Okay, so now if we slide up a little bit here, as you can see now, so it goes, they press the learn more button, it loads up this is the 6-week, this is the intro section we just done. Now we've added some questions here in the questions section under custom questions, and you can see those are the questions here. How ready are you to get started? Yes, I'd like to speak to someone first. Please can you tell us more a little bit about your goals. So if we just click off this now, we can grab and move down, and we can put them in different places, or depending on the type of question that is. Okay, so if you're asking multiple choice, they will go up higher. If you're asking for them to write comments or questions, that will go a little bit lower. So how ready are you to get started? Please tell us a little bit more about your 6-week goals, and then maybe you could put let's go conditional. You can add a load more additional stuff in from there, but maybe you just want to ask them a simple pricing question. So let's go multiple choice. Are you prepared to invest $159 in yourself for the 6 weeks? Question 1, yes, sounds good to me. I would like to speak with someone first. And as you can see from here, we're just kind of giving them more hoops to jump through. Jump through hurdle 1 is this one here. Let me just remove this. Hurdle 2 is how ready are you to get started. Hurdle 3, are you prepared to invest into yourself? And hurdle 4, can you tell us a little bit more about yourself? The more questions we're going to put on this form, the more people are going to drop off, the less leads you're going to get, but at the same time, the better leads you're going to get, because you know all about what it is they want to achieve so far. So we scroll up, intro, and then we've got the main questions. These are the original contact questions. Then we've got the confirmation that they're happy with all this stuff. And then finally, we've got the confirmation page. So let's just go through this one more time so we're all comfortable. Change the date, 20 seconds. So form type is higher intent. Intro is some basic information, just almost repeating what the advert says, the 6-week over 30s program. Register your interest. Then we go to questions, and the questions we've got so far are: are you ready to get started? Asking them, yes, I'd like to speak to someone first. Are you prepared to invest in yourself? Yes, I'd like to speak to someone first. And then we have a text question where they can type their stuff. From there, then we have the pre-filled questions that we did already yesterday. And then finally, we've got the privacy section we did yesterday. And we've also got the completion section. From there, then, all we would do is press publish. Facebook happy with the form, they're good to go. We'd press publish again because that's the new form selected, 22nd of December. It goes into review. And just like yesterday, this will take an hour, maybe 2 hours, depending on how busy people are putting adverts on Facebook or reviewing them. And then we can jump into Facebook and head over to your Facebook page. And then once you're on your Facebook page, on the left-hand side here, there's going to be a button that says Lead Center. Here it is. And all these leads that you've been running will then pop up here. So you can come in, have a look, see how they're getting on, and all those additional fields here will show up. So you can keep track of where these people are, the information that they've given you, so you can chase them successfully. So we did click this lady. All the additional details, all the stuff that we asked for will be shown down here. Okay, so that is how we would increase the quality of your Facebook lead ads, or improve the quality. After all, when lead ads do load up, it pre-pulls in the information that the user has installed on Facebook. If we can get them to first confirm that the information they're giving you is correct, that's going to improve the lead quality. And the second, by adding additional questions to the lead form, is going to get more people to want to drop off because they don't want to fill those forms in. But when they do fill them in, they're going to give you more information or more quality detail about themselves, so they instantly become a better lead. But if you want to go back and check out the video that we were talking about yesterday, we actually set this whole thing up, then do check out these videos here. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet either, make sure you do subscribe by clicking that big red button below. That way you won't miss any future videos we have coming your way. Tomorrow, we've got another training coming your way, so look forward to speaking to you then. Cheers.